Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is January 29th, 2025, and we're diving into days 6 and day 7 of this bear market small account challenge. And trust me, today is going to open your eyes. If you've ever wondered how far a solid strategy can take a small account. And here's a sneak peek into today's trade. You're about to see how I took one trade on a $35 stock. Yes, a high-priced stock. And even with limited capital like I have with this tiny small account, this trade had me walking away with over $800 in profit in less than 20 minutes. You're going to also see how a continuation setup on an old favorite stock gave us a clear entry with nearly a textbook trade for another $850 profit. So if you're trying to grow a small account without falling into FOMO traps, or if you're serious about building real trading skills, or if you just want a clear look at day trading strategies that actually work, you're going to love this video today. So be sure and hit that like button, and if you're new, be sure and subscribe to this channel. And definitely stick around to the end, because I'm going to be sharing with you some very advanced takeaways that most trading channels never talk about, especially when it comes to trading a small account in a bear market. So let's start with a quick update on the challenge. I began this journey with just $500 in this little account. And fast forward to today, after just 6 trading days, and you can see here one day I couldn't even find a trade to take. So there's just been 6 actual trades that I've taken so far. Across the 7 days, this account is sitting at $5,203.49. That's more than a 940% growth. And before you assume that I just got lucky or chased a lotto play, let me be very clear. This wasn't gambling. This wasn't scalping random breakouts. And this definitely wasn't copying someone else's trades. Every single trade has been strategic, pre-planned, and executed with structure, using levels that we set ahead of time in our Discord community. The power here is in reading volume, identifying trend, and support and resistance, and staying emotionally neutral, even when the market's moving really fast. Even in this tough bear market where so many traders are getting chopped up, this little challenge account is steadily growing because we're trading with intentional setups, risk management, and a repeatable edge. So let me show you exactly how that looked over the last 2 trades. So let's rewind to day 6, the trade on MLGO. This ticker is no stranger to our group. It's been showing up repeatedly on our AI-powered scanner, and because we're already familiar with how it moves, I was confident trading it again on continuation. The trade setup began forming during pre-market. MLGO had high short interest, a small float, news in play, and it was approaching our Discord resistance level with rising volume behind it. This setup triggers one of my favorite entries, increasing buyer volume through resistance. Then resistance flips to support and price holds the support on the retest. We got our Discord alert at 6:16 a.m. Mountain Time when price popped just enough to get on the scanner radar. Then at 6:20 a.m., the setup that I love confirmed. I took my entry at $8.85, using the $8.74 Discord level as my stop. My initial target was $9.75, with plans to move my stop up as price moved up. And as price started climbing, I moved my stop up to the next Discord level to protect my profits. Eventually, price pushed through $11, right near this cautionary $10.75 zone. And that's where we saw some stalling candles, tails breaking down, and lower highs starting to print. That kind of price action, it doesn't scream collapse, but it does tell you momentum is weakening. And with $2.15 per share in profit, I knew it was time to go ahead and exit. So I sold all 399 shares at $11, and I locked in that $853.55 in profit. The trade lasted under 40 minutes. Key takeaways from MLGO: familiar tickers with known movement patterns give you an edge. Don't just watch price. Study volume at each level. The best exits aren't always about guessing tops. They're about recognizing a shift in momentum. A clean continuation trade doesn't need you to rush. Patience pays off here. Now let's talk about day 7 and the trade that showed up. You don't need a huge account to trade higher price stocks when your strategy is solid. I normally trade stocks under $20. That's my sweet spot for most small account traders, but today I wanted to intentionally show you that even with limited capital and a more expensive stock like HIMS sitting right around the $35 per share range, that can still offer huge upside if the setup is right. So here's what stood out to me with HIMS. It had a fresh catalyst, which was a strategic collaboration that expands market potential. It had a high short interest, over 33% short float. It had strong pre-market volume. And most importantly, price broke above the daily 50 EMA with conviction, with a potential move to a critical level identified by our Discord alert, and with a potential move to a critical level identified by our Discord alert. And our Discord alert came in at 5:36 a.m. Mountain Time, when price surged through this $35 Discord level. And that's when our Discord alert triggered. Then, after a slight pullback, price showed that it was respecting this $33.65 Discord level as support. And that's when I saw my chance. At 5:38 a.m. Mountain Time, I entered using a limit order right at the prior wick over here, and I got 124 shares at $35.05. And I used this $35 Discord level as my stop. Now keep in mind that these Discord levels are institutional levels, so they're incredibly important to our strategy. Our group aligns our trading, all of our trading, with the institutions. And with my entry at $35.05 and my stop loss at $35, this gave me a near zero risk. My initial target was $37.35, and that meets my reward criteria. My reward needs to be 3 times my risk, or I won't enter any trade. So this clearly met that criteria. I was also ready to increase my targets and my stops as price moved up. So as price reached this $37.25 target, I then moved my stop to the $35.85 level. Then as price marched up each level, I increased my stop 1 level at a time. When price made the new high of $42.72 over here, I noticed that it did so on lower volume. Higher price on lower volume, paired with knowing that price had just pushed through a critical level, well, that's my signal to plan my exit. So I sold at 5:56 a.m. Mountain Time using a limit order based on this 5:54 a.m. high wick on this candle over here. And so my exit was $41.75, locking in an $830.80 profit, which was about $6.70 per share. That trade lasted only 17 minutes and pushed this small account to $5,203.49. Key takeaways from HIMS. Guys, don't let price scare you. Smart setups work at all price points. Higher priced stocks can give clean technical moves, and sometimes they even respect levels better than these low float stocks that we normally work with. The move and momentum is based on technicals such as float, short interest, news catalyst, and the setup of the daily chart. Short squeeze potential plus catalyst plus volume equals one of the highest probability setups in any market. Managing stops dynamically and mentally is how you let winners run without giving back gains. So if you're serious about leveling up your trading game, join my Pro Traders group right now at MomentumStockTraders.com. Inside, you'll get live trade guidance on every single trade we take every day. You'll get access to the private Discord channels with the AI-assisted Discord alerts and scanners. You'll get my complete charting tools, my watch lists, my alerts, and end-of-day breakdowns so that you can study every setup and learn the why behind every move. Best of all, you'll get real-time one-on-one mentoring from me personally. So if you've been struggling with a small account, or any account size for that matter, and chasing breakouts, overtrading, or feeling lost, this is your opportunity to finally learn how to trade with clarity and structure and have that important edge. I don't just give you fish, I teach you how to catch them consistently every day. And our community inside Discord is knocking it out of the park every day. We're seeing real wins from traders who were once overwhelmed and now feel confident with their setups. So if that sounds like something that you need, head over to MomentumStockTraders.com and join us today. And thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. I hope these breakdowns gave you real insights to what's actually working right now in this market. Remember, know your levels, trust your strategy, stick to the plan, stay smart, stay patient, stay green, and let's grow those small accounts together. And I'll see you in the next video.